Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Precious and these are my recent reads. I'm gonna split up the books that I read in because I don't want to have like super long wrap-ups. So these are my recent reads. The first book that I picked up was a standalone manga called Our Dining Table by Mita Ori, and this is as I said, it's a single volume manga that follows a salaryman named Yutaka, because I want to say Yutaka, as well as Minoru and Tane, who is a little boy. Yutaka finds it very difficult to share meals with people because he's gone through a lot of family issues and it has affected him in terms of sharing meals and sharing in general with other people, because I feel like meals are a metaphor for sharing his life and sharing his experiences and actually creating bonds with other people. So he finds it really difficult to do so until he meets a young little boy named Tane who's playing in the snow by himself. He's playing in a park actually by himself, and he offers him something to eat, an onigiri which he made himself. Tane really loves it, and that's when we meet Minaru, and I feel like there's sparks in the beginning but neither of them actually notice. So this is a male romance, but it doesn't really focus a lot on the romance until the end of the manga, which I did appreciate because it was more about building a relationship between these three people. It's about found family, which is really beautiful and very heartwarming. So they create a little family, little cocoon together by sharing meals, because Minoru wants to learn how to make onigiri because Yutaka's onigiri is really delicious. And though that begins this little relationship, and then something sparks between Minoru and Yutaka begin. I really do want to apologize about my pronunciation about the names, but this manga is really heartwarming, it really is sweet, and it is a quick read. And the best thing about it, it is a one-shot. So yeah, pick up Our Dining Table. The next manga that I picked up, I read volumes 1 to 3. I haven't picked up volume 4 yet, but it was released on the 5th of May, and that is a side character's love story, and that follows Tanaka, Abe-san, as well as Iri. Abe-san, like, she is one of the side characters of this side character love story, but she is the #1 wing woman in the world. And if you read the manga, you will know why. So this follows Tanaka as well as Yuri, and both of these people are very anxious people. They suffer from anxiety and find it really difficult to talk to people and to sort of take ownership of the space that they live in and exist in as human beings. That's like really deep, but that is the basis of their anxieties. I'm not a psychologist, but that's just how I feel. And Tanaka has always had a crush on Iri. They work in a supermarket part-time. Tanaka is a cashier, and Iri, he sort of helps out in the back with packing and stock, and she has always had a crush on him because he's always around when she needs help, and he's always there to assist other people, and she finds it very difficult to tell him. But on the flip side of that, which I really liked, the different viewpoints that we also have a viewpoint from Iri, and he is just as anxious as Tanaka and just as shy as she is, and also has a crush on her, and we follow them as they try to sort of date. It's really difficult for them spending time with each other and actually showing each other their true feelings, and it's just really sweet, and it's really I found it really difficult to read because there were some times I was like, oh my god, just say something. So I really enjoyed a side story, a side character's love story, a volume 1 to 3, and it's an ongoing manga. I hate I hate reading ongoing mangas. I really do, because now you have to wait and everything's slower because of the pandemic. But I really love the side characters' love story. The next book that I did pick up is Theirs for the Night by Katie Robert. This was a short novella, a very smutty short novella, and this follows a girl named Mel and a guy named Theo and Galen. Mel is she's a struggling student, she's a waitress, and she decides to let her hair loose on her birthday and goes to a club with her friends. And at the club, she meets two guys named Theo and Galen, and they're looking at her on the dance floor, and she can feel their eyes on her, and they invite her to spend the night with them. Then we find out who these gentlemen are after a crazy night of the smut was good. The smut was excellent. I did not like the fact that we sort of got baited into getting the next book. It was kind of way too short for me, but I did like it, and I think there's going to be a stronger relationship created between these three. So it is a polyamorous relationship, and there is going to be more drama between the guys, because I think they're running away from something. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it was really nice. The smut was good. I liked that she was very willing, and the consent was very important because they wanted her to know, they wanted her consent, and they wanted to know that she was indeed accepting of being part of this threesome. So yeah, I really enjoyed that one. The next book that I picked up was The Babysitter by Jack Harbon, and it was also a short novella. I think it was really well written. I love when a story can when an author can convey a really good story and a really compelling story to you in a few short pages, because sometimes you get books that are so long and it's so bloated, and when you get a short story that's just to the point, and that's what we got here. We follow Hayden, who is in a writing class. He writes smutty novellas and short stories, and he babysits for Victor. And Victor and his wife separate, so no cheating if you're worried about that. They separate, and Hayden feels like there's something there, but he's married, so he's like, nah. And then Victor makes a move. They spend a night together, and that's it. And I love that because it was very realistic. They had these feelings for each other, they showed their feelings for each other, but they're both in different stages of their lives. So they're not getting married, epilogue 2 and 3, getting married. Jennifer Snow, wink wink. And yeah, it just ends. I love the relationship. I like that it was very straightforward. There wasn't a lot of drama, unnecessary drama. Yeah, so The Babysitter by Jack Harbon, and I would like to read more by this author because I just like his writing style. It's really easy and it's really realistic, because when you look at Hayden, he's just a normal guy, and so is Victor. He's just a normal guy. He is hot, but he's just like a dude. And the next book that I picked up was Midwinter, Mail Order Bride by Katie Wilde. So this was a fantasy romance adventure story, and I really liked it. So we follow Kale. I don't know if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, and he is a grim lord. He's taken over this province that was run by a really evil character. I forgot what his name was. And then he's unmarried, and one of his advisors sends out a memo that he needs to be married, and he knows nothing about this until he happens upon a woman in his castle named Anya, who is there to be his bride. And she's there for her own selfish reasons. She wants to take over this kingdom, she wants to prove herself, and things don't go as planned as he sends her back to her country. But during their journey to Evermore is her city. They start to develop feelings for one another because they learn more about each other. And I really like the consent, positive consent, and just trauma as well, like parents who don't love you because she has a power or doesn't have magical powers, and that's looked down upon where she comes from. And yeah, it was kind of sweet. It was people just had the wrong idea about Kale, and I love that she could see through it, and the people that are around him really know him very well and know that he's not this evil maniacal creature that he's been painted to be, but he still harbors that a little bit, and that's a reason why he sends her back. He feels like it would really be terrible for her to be with him, but she finds him attractive and she falls for him, and it was really, really good. There wasn't a lot of smut. I thought there was going to be more smut than there was in the book, but it was perfect. Actually, it was really perfect. It just went well with the story, and their relationship sort of developed organically. It wasn't just instantaneous, and he was a real gentleman, which I loved. I loved it a lot. And the next book that I picked up was just recently. It was Fluff by Jenica Snow, as well as If You Were Mine by Jenica Snow. Why am I lumping them together, you may ask? They read similarly. They read like the same thing. The one was Friends to Lovers, which was Fluff, and the other was A Royal Romance and If You Were Mine. And so If You Were Mine follows Lennon, who's a prince, as well as, what is her name? And Daisy is a maid in the castle. Do they still have castles? And she has always had a secret crush on the Dark Prince, because he's seen as like the dark or the black sheep of the family, who is Prince Lennon. And they've had feelings for one another but never expressed them to each other until a day that Daisy goes to a bar and he gets all alpha-y and he's like, I don't want other men looking at her. And they're just kind of cringy. And then they kiss, they have sex, and that's about it. It was hot, but don't expect like this well constructed. It's a novella. I think it was like 70 pages long. I think so. Oh, 64 pages long. But nah, I didn't like it. I enjoyed Whipped a whole lot more. And actually, even Fluff, I enjoyed Fluff a whole lot more. I thought this one was not the best. Fluff was a lot better. It follows Alfie. So Alfie and Delphine, it's a Friends to Lovers book. I thought it was really sweet. I thought it was really cute, and they had emotions and feelings for one another, but no one wanted to divulge those feelings, and I think it's totally understandable because they don't want to ruin their friendship. But something happens that sort of forces them to reveal their feelings for one another, because I think they both knew that there was something there, but nobody wanted to take that step, which I thought was really, really endearing. And yeah, they start their relationship, and then there are 3 epilogues. Like, I've read a lot of romance, and the epilogue is standard. But 3. Alfie had just enough alpha nonsense for him to be attractive, but not so much that you're like rolling your eyes like, okay. But the dialogue was very similar to the Jenica Snow books. She's mine, I'll have her, that kind of thing. I liked it. I liked it a lot. It's kind of the standard for Jenica, but I loved it. I loved it. I'm currently rereading Whipped. That is my favorite Jenica Snow. I want to read more by her. I picked up a lumberjack book, but it was like, I don't know, it was weird. I don't know. I don't know. I want to do a Jenica deep dive and I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be kind of comical as well, but yeah, I enjoyed Fluff, If You Were Mine, really good. The other book that I picked up, I almost forgot, was Worship by Ella Good or Ella James, can't remember, but Worship was, I think, it was really smutty, it was really emotional, it was really realistic. Yes, it's Worship by Ella James, and it follows two characters named Vance and Luke. Vance is like a free-spirited, I think he's pan, and Luke is, he's closeted for various reasons. Both because of his upbringing and his current vocation. He can't really reveal that he is gay or into men at all, and I'm not sure if he's fully gay as well, and I don't think he knows either. And this just, it is a male forbidden romance. They just can't be together, but they are attracted to each other, not just physically. They I think they're soulmates, but because of their circumstances, their relationship changes them. It alters the type of people that they are in such a way, it makes it toxic. It's totally toxic, and both of them need to step back. This is just my opinion, these are not even real people. What am I doing? What am I doing? But they are toxic for one another, and I'm scared to read the next book. I'm afraid to read the next book because the way that Worship ended, it was heartbreaking to me, because I feel like they're gonna rip each other apart. This is not gonna end well. And yes, it is the On My Knees duet. I don't want to read the first one, and I don't want to read the second one, and not because it's bad or whatever. This was really written very well. It was very true to, I think, a lot of people's situations. And they are not Luke. They don't own or run facilities like he does, but there are people who it's nearly impossible for them to reveal their true nature or their true selves. But it's gonna be heartbreaking for both of them, and I'm just afraid to read the next book. I want to read it, but I'm afraid. So I'm gonna wimp out, and I'm gonna push this back as far as I can. So that is my recent reads. That is my wrap up for the current books, for the books that I've just completed. I enjoyed a lot of them. I don't like to give star ratings because I'm just one of those, oh, I liked it 5 stars. So I feel like that would be useless to you. But all the books that I highlighted, I really liked. I thought If You Were Mine by Jenica Snow was, I don't know, it wasn't good. I didn't like it. It wasn't good. It's like, it was the same formula that she uses, but not very well done, because Fluff is like it's similarly done, but it was so much better. It was so much better, and I loved the representation of a curvy girl. Loved it because I'm curvy myself, so like reading about myself or reading about somebody who's similar to me was really good. Reading about myself, oh my god, who do I think I am, was really nice. An Attack on Titan fan, I just realized it's like volume 1 to 10 free on Kindle Unlimited. What's happening? Thank you, Kindle Unlimited, because you know we're all greedy. We all need to get our fix of Attack on Titan, so thank you. And thank you for watching. Have a good evening, day, night, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Please stay safe.